Good morning, battlers, and welcome back to my channel. Hope you're all having a nice day, and may the energy generation be stronger than a mud shot after the holidays. It's never easy getting back on track with work and school after the holidays, but I believe in you, and I'm here to get you the latest Pokemon news, and boy what news I have for you today. In case you didn't know, a lot of moves have been nerfed and buffed, and some Pokemon got access to some new ones. I'll show an image of all of them right here on the right, but what I want everyone to pay attention to is that WeatherBall on Politoed. Politoed already had access to Mudshot, which is one of the fastest energy generating moves in the game, only second to lock on. And Politoed gets one of the spammiest charge moves? WeatherBall? Niantic, what were you thinking? I'm not sure about how powerful you think this is, but boy, let me tell you, it's definitely annoying to play against. What do you guys think? Do you love it or hate it? There's definitely no in between on this one. Tell me what you think about it in the comments, and without further ado, let's get into the battles. We're gonna be kicking the game off versus an Alolan Marowak, which is one of the best leads you can get, since both Mudshot and WeatherBall will be dealing super effective damage to it. They did bring out the Shadow Lapras, and at this point I'm trying to figure out like how should I play this out. My Pokemon can't directly deal with the Lapras, so my Wigglytuff taking it down is my best bet. And I believe I'm gonna try to farm it down. Can we farm it down? Double KO. It would have been really huge. I would have gotten a shield back if I managed to take it down with Charm and then use Play Rough or Ice Beam or whatever. But unfortunately, we double KO'd. So right now I'm a little bit of a pickle since I'm down a shield, but. Then again, we have Politoed with Mudshot and WeatherBall, so I'm not... I'm just gonna say shields are my last worry. I'm just gonna say that. They do bring out their Marowak back in, and they actually don't shield because they know that I have WeatherBall, but I don't think they're ready for what's about to hit them. That's one. We're already at 2 WeatherBalls again, before Marowak can even throw a move. Here's the second one, they shield that one too. This is a CMP tie. I believe I'm just gonna shield it, just be safe, no need to flex or anything. And this third WeatherBall should be taking out the Marowak, and it does. Do we get to it before? Wigglytuff, sorry buddy, but you don't stand a chance versus this Toad. That was an awful pun, but please don't hate me. In our next game, we're gonna be facing another Politoed. Apparently, the whole Mudshot WeatherBall shenanigans are getting some traction, and it's not just us who know about it. But I think what I'm gonna try to do here is actually not release the energy and just build up to 100 energy and look to swap into my Wigglytuff. Oh, apparently well, I definitely would have went into my Wigglytuff, but I don't know. Maybe they what? They sent an Earthquake. That was definitely a mistake on their part. Maybe they didn't know Earthquake is resisted. WeatherBall would have done would have done neutral damage. They should have definitely spammed WeatherBall. Look at how much damage it does. Would have been way more energy efficient. I will shield the Skarmory because I need to take this Politoed down, but they unfortunately swap into their own Skarmory, and right now we're not looking that great. So I think I'm just gonna expand my energy on the Skarmory in hopes of the enemy not knowing what I have in the back, which is a Wigglytuff, and I believe I'm gonna get both shields here anyway, so it doesn't really matter, but sometimes the enemies let your charge moves go if they don't know you have a Charmer in the back. Like this, for example, he still has a shield, remember that? At this point, I'm just gonna let my Politoed go down. Oh, he didn't have a shield, never mind, my bad. At this point I'm just gonna bring my Wigglytuff in and I'm gonna try to farm it down, and I'm gonna be hoping that whatever's in the back, Wigglytuff can deal with it. They're gonna bring their own Politoed back in. There's no more shield, so we're gonna get hit by a Weather Ball. But I'm not too worried, I'm just gonna farm it down. If they... oh, they actually have a Superior in the back. I'm just gonna let the Ice Beam go. And I'll probably look to swap instantly before it gets to a move. So in case it does get to a move, as we see, it's just gonna dump its energy on Skarmory. And I get the Charm down both Superior and Skarmory. Yeah, I forgot the name. But we knew it had like only 10 HP, so wasn't too worried. In the third game we're met with an Azumarill, and that's pretty bad. Like this is one of those matchups where I want to do the same kind of, maybe do a little bit of chip damage, but mostly I just want to stack up to like 2 Weather Balls and get out of there. The Azumarill is gonna be throwing, I think this is just an Ice Beam. Oh, it's a Hydro Pump, never mind. That's really not something you want to go for with Azumarill when you're fighting a Politoed, since as you saw it was massively resisted. And it's just not efficient. You should just go with Play Rough, but maybe they had Ice Beam and Ice Beam and Hydro Pump, so they didn't really have a choice, I suppose. But they do have a Bastiodon in the back, and that's just horrible for Skarmory, but beautiful for Mudbye. We're gonna be ripping off these Weather Balls one after another. Maybe try to overfarm a little bit. That was a pretty bad move on my end. I'm not really familiar with mud-shotting Bastiodons, and I thought I could, but at this point I'm just playing it horribly. Like I'm kind of ashamed even looking back at this fight. Oh god. But yeah, I tried to charm it down, and they bring out their Whiscash, and I'm just in a horrible spot. They have 2 shields, I have 1, and I only have the Politoed in the yellow to deal with his whole team. So can we do it? It's in the red, not even in the yellow. Here's the first Weather Ball. Check this out. I let go of the second Weather Ball as well. They still have a shield. Now we're even. Now they do not have a shield, but I still have one, and I just absolutely have to use the shield, otherwise it would be taking out my Politoed. I'm gonna immediately, like I'm gonna farm up just a tiny bit and immediately throw before it gets to Mud Bomb, but I noticed, oh, it doesn't take it out, so I have to go for another Weather Ball. But I believe, I'm not giving up hope. He still has 2 Pokemon, but can Politoed? No, it cannot pull it off, but I believed. You know what, buddy? I believed in you. But you did really, really well, so GG's to that trainer. In this one we're met again with a Marowak, perfect, beautiful lead. And this trainer is actually staying, and I'm just gonna overfarm a little bit. I was thinking he's gonna swap to try to catch a Weather Ball, but apparently he wants to stay in, so I'm just gonna throw these Weather Balls as soon as I get it. Does he want a double shield? No, he does not. And I'm thinking Politoed's kinda tanky, so I'm just gonna let go of the Shadow Bone, and look at that, it does deal a little bit of damage, but it deals the same amount of damage to us that we're dealing with Weather Ball to him, so that was an easy win on the lead, and we came out with a shield advantage as well, so we're looking swell. They do have an Azumarill that I can't really deal with easily, so I bring out my Wigglytuff, but they do swap into the Abomas now. And they're gonna be spamming their Weather Balls. This is the battle of the Weather Balls. And I don't know, should I shield this? Do I shield this? I do decide to shield it and maybe get off the Play Rough as soon as I get it. I actually go for the farm down, that's ballsy. But at least I have it for the Azumarill now. Will they decide to shield this or no? They do shield it, and that is the better decision, because Play Rough would be taking Azumarill quite into the yellow area, maybe a little bit above it. So that was a good decision. I'm just gonna bring in the Skarmory to tank the Ice Beam, and I'm gonna let these Weather Balls rip. Let's see how many we can get off before Politoed goes down. That's 1. This is the second. Oh my god, Niantic, what have you done? Politoed, you monster. We get to the third one. Poor Azumarill just staring at our cute little green face, taking these WeatherBalls and do it. At this point, I just want to let Politoed have its moments. I'm just gonna shield it and take it out with a Mud Shot. Have you ever seen an Azumarill being farmed down with a Mud Shot? This is the first I've ever seen that. God. In our final battle, we're met with an Abomasnow in the lead, and I believe I'm gonna try to build up to Blizzard and then look to swap. Oh, I don't even build up to Blizzard, I just try to catch an Energy Ball, but they do go for the Weather Ball, so that's a really heads up play by them. They do bring out the Marowak, and Skarmory can put up quite the fight against Marowak, because Air Slashes and Sky Attacks are gonna be dealing neutral. Look at that, we already took it down into the red, and they're trying to farm us all the way down, which is not great, but at least we get one of the shields. Now they have a ton of energy, but we're just gonna immediately force out the second. They have to shield this, otherwise all of that energy is gonna go to waste, and they do shield. And I believe I'm just gonna let this go, because Shadowbone, as we saw, only deals like little bit under half of our HP, and I believe I'm gonna let this one go too. I'm playing it risky, and they do swap in a Wigglytuff to take us out, and that's just bad news. I had 2 shields, and I was really hoping whatever is in the back my Wigglytuff can deal with. And although they kinda gave us a chance here because we sneaked the charm in, it's not gonna be enough to win us the game. Marowak and Azumarill are both like high HP. Well, not the Marowak, but what Azumarill am I talking about? I meant Abomasnow. But yeah, that was the first set we played. It's a 3-2. We got our rating up to 2178, and guys, trust me, this was just the sneak peek of Politoed's power. I'm gonna show you its full potential in this set. You're gonna love it, just trust me, keep watching, and let's see what Politoed can really do. In the second set, we're gonna be met with a Hypno, and I'm gonna stay in, and I think I'm just gonna rip off as many Weather Balls as I can. Also kind of paying attention to Hypno throwing his confusions. I don't want him to sneak one through on accident or on purpose, so let's just count how many Weather Balls we throw. Okay, we threw 1 so far, this is our second one. Okay, the Hypno throws, he had 5 confusions in, so I think I'm gonna shield just in case it's like a Shadow Ball. But they only threw a Thunder Punch, but it would have still done super effective damage to us, so I'm not too worried about shielding it, and we're still super loaded on our energy on Politoed, so I think we're looking fine. They do go for the Hydro Pump, and I'm so happy that I finally didn't over-tap, because it happens so often that you're trying to tap with Wigglytuff or whatever Pokemon that has a slow charge move. You're trying to tap the charge move, right? And you accidentally throw a fast move that can be like game changing, so us getting to the player of there was huge. They do bring it back, the Hypno, and I'm just gonna let this Thunder Punch go just to see how much damage it does. And although there was a glitch, as you saw, if you look at the right, it actually survived. It only dealt like half of its HP, and not from the total, from like, it dealt a quarter. So that thing is just a beast. It might look super cute, but it's actually a scary beast, especially now. They do have the Shadow Machamp, but we do get to the Sky Attack before it gets to another Cross Chop, and at this point it's just GG. And we can safely say that Politoed did work that game. I mean, we're up off like 4 Weather Balls. In this one we're met with an Umbreon Shiny Flex. I like it. Pretty, very pretty. But yeah, it's gonna be one of those games where we're gonna count Weather Balls. So this is the first one. This is the... Wait, why am I not throwing? What's happening? I don't remember all of the battles, guys. Sorry if the commentary is kind of awkward, but I'm just really tired. I've stayed up all night just to play the games and just to see the potential of Politoed, and let me tell you, it got me really fucking excited. Just saying. But yeah, this was our third WeatherBall, if not fourth. I'm not even sure anymore. I mean, it just feels crazy. We get to WeatherBall. This is gonna threaten one of his shields because that Umbreon is loaded on energy, and if they do shield, I'm instantly gonna swap in Wigglytuff to try to charm it down, and we manage, which is great. They do bring in the Alolan Marowak, and that's not the best for us. It's gonna resist everything we throw at it, but we're still gonna threaten its life total. As you can see, those charms add up, and if we manage to get to this player off, that is huge. I mean, even if they don't shield, that's gonna take it down into the red, so that's great. And they do decide to shield, they don't want to waste that energy. And I was worried they're gonna go for the full farm down, but they actually choose to throw. We do survive, we sneak 2 more charms in, which might be of a little bit of help. I actually decide to bring in the Skarmory because I wanted to dump its energy, and I immediately switch after they throw, hoping I get to WeatherBall, but they switch out at the perfect time. I'm not even sure what they caught with. Oh, it's an Azumarill. Well, check this out, guys. I'm just gonna be throwing WeatherBalls as soon as I get them. We ain't playing around anymore. We need to chip this Azumarill as low as we can and force them to throw energy. We have to make them scared. This is our third WeatherBall we get to, and that Azumarill is loaded on energy, but it's gonna it's getting a little bit scared. I mean, it already ate 3 WeatherBalls to the face, so at this point I'm not even surprised that the trainer decided to throw. They do get another move. I'm not gonna shield this, it was way too quick, and I knew it was gonna be an Ice Beam. And at this point I'm just gonna overfarm a tiny bit, and just before they get to move, throw the Sky Attack, hoping this KOs. And it barely just KOs, and they do surrender. We would have gotten to the next Sky Attack and 2 Air Slashes, but we also still had a shield, so GG's to that trainer. And this one we're met with the new Jellicent. Jellicent, wow, I'm not gonna lie, guys, I didn't check this Jellicent moveset, but just based off on it using Hex as a fast move, I'm pretty sure it has access to Shadow Ball. And while I was thinking this, I also thought to myself that look at how much it's building up. What I was thinking is, if they throw a move, they probably... Hex is really nice generating move, energy generating move, so I thought maybe they're gonna bait and maybe throw the Shadow Ball second, so I bring in the Wigglytuff, and there it is. We got a Shadow Ball that is huge, but they do bring in the Marowak, so again, just like last time, we're not looking too great, but they're forced to throw Bone Clubs or Fire Blast, but they do go with the Bone Club. Most people do run Bone Club Shadow Bone on their Marowaks, and we do survive the Bone Club. Do we get the player off though? We barely don't get it, unfortunately, but I'm just gonna bring back the Politoed and get to the WeatherBall as soon as possible. This is gonna threaten the shield or take out the Marowak, and they do decide to let it go. We know they have a Jellicent in the back that we can kind of deal with Politoed, but they bring out a Ferrothorn, and I think I'm just gonna build up. And I wanted to go for Blizzard, but they throw here, and I'm just thinking, alright, oh, they baited with a Mirror Shot. I'm just gonna throw the WeatherBall, because I was thinking if I shielded such a low HP Politoed, they're gonna know I'm throwing something big, but they actually called the bait, which is a nice play on their end. And they go for another Mirror Shot, and I overtap and I fail to throw the Blizzard. But just based on this trainer throwing Mirror Shot twice like that, and then here, again, I was 100% sure they were gonna throw Thunder, and I just wanted to tank it. But I see a pattern here, guys. They threw Mirror Shots 4 in a row, knowing it's not that effective. So at this point, I'm just thinking this trainer didn't unlock a second move on it. There's no way they would throw that many Mirror Shots. No one wants a shield that badly. And here, I'm calling it, this is a bubble beam, and I call it correctly. And I'm just gonna try to throw as soon as I get the sky attack. And if they do only have mirror shot on first turn, they have to shield, and they do. And here, can we... we almost took it down, and at this point I think, you know what, I think this is a shadow ball. It might be their only win con, and we shield it, and that's huge. But look at the timer, we have 5 seconds, we have to throw the sky attack, but they throw first, and they might just win because the timer's up. But it was a CMP tie, so we get our move off. We need to hit the excellent. Can we get the win? Time is up. Who wins? Who had more HP? We had it, ladies and gentlemen, and that's how you do it. That was the sweatiest game I've ever been a part of, and it's incredible that we even managed to pull that off. The stars aligned for us, and we got a win that I'm just gonna say we did not deserve. But then again, Politoed did, so let's not take away from it. This one we're met with a Galvantula, so I'm instantly gonna swap into Skarmory, which in retrospect wasn't the greatest idea out there, but they do swap into the Umbreon, and we're just gonna throw Sky attacks as soon as we get them. Umbreon is extremely tanky, so it doesn't really need the shield. They're gonna throw a foul play, and I think I'm just gonna let it go and just threaten the Umbreon with multiple Sky attacks. Hopefully we get a shield out of them, and then we can let Politoed do what Politoed does. I think I'm just gonna let the Skarmory go down and start farming up with Politoed. Let's see it. I know Wigglytuff would be super effective, but I really wanted the farm. This is a Politoed spotlight after all, and I want to show it to you guys what it's capable of. So here, I even tank a foul play. This thing is an absolute beast. And they do get another foul play. I'm gonna let this one go through, but at this point I'm at 100 energy and I kinda need to throw a Weather Ball. Maybe I should have thrown earlier, maybe even undercharged it, but Mud Shot doesn't do a lot of damage in general, and Umbreon is a beast as well, so I just didn't want to risk it. I'm just gonna KO it. They do bring their Galvantula back, I'm just gonna let it. I am gonna shield. I was really thinking they're gonna go for a discharge, but they didn't, and at this point I don't want to commit another shield, so I'm just gonna let whatever this is go. Luckily it's just a launch, so it's not very effective, but we are debuffed twice, and they do have 2 shields on the Azumarill. Are they gonna shield the double debuffed player off? I think it would still be worth it. And they do, they know my last Pokemon is a low HP Politoed. I'm trying to switch as soon as the timer comes up. I wanted to switch. Luckily they throw. So I'm just gonna let this go through and put all of my money on Politoed. Let's count the Weather Balls, guys. First Weather Ball. This is gonna take a while. Alright, a little bit of classic lag. You love to see it. Now we have to shield whatever this is. Second Weather Ball. Is this gonna put Azumarill in the red? No, it will not. Third Weather Ball. Come on, Politoed. Now it's finally in the red. Can we get to the final Weather Ball before it gets to move? Why am I building so much? I'm building so much because they still have a shield. But we got back-to-back Weather Balls. Can we take out the Azumarill before it gets to move? And we do! We do! Hallelujah, Politoed! You're crazy, it's insane! It's insane how fast you can spam the Weather Balls. We fired 5 Weather Balls on the Azumarill before it even got the second move, guys. How is that legal? That's crazy. That's just crazy. And this one, we're gonna be met again with an Azumarill, and we already know how this one goes. We're just gonna charge up as much energy as we can and possibly retreat into our Wigglytuff. They immediately fire a Play Rough, I believe. Yep, and we're just gonna let it go through. It chunks a lot, but our Politoed is a tank, so it can easily survive it. They bring in a Venusaur. And Frenzy Plant is gonna hurt, but I kinda want it to take down my Wigglytuff so I can come in with Skarmory on farm. I didn't get to the Ice Beam, but at this point I'm actually happy because now we just can get all of the energy in the world with Skarmory, since Venusaur only has Frenzy Plant and Sludge Bomb, which both of them we resist. Frenzy Plant we actually double resist. And now we have loaded energy on Skarmory. Both of us have 2 shields. They do have the Umbreon, and I did notice everyone bringing the Umbreon. I don't know who made a video on Umbreon nowadays, but I've just been noticing everyone running it on their team, and it's quite annoying. But at the same time, it's not undealable with. So at least we have that going for us. I am gonna threaten its life total with Sky Attacks, and do we actually get... I actually switch and try to rip off all my Weather Balls. We have like basically 3 Weather Balls built up. They will shield the first one. We're immediately throwing the second one. Are they gonna shield this one as well? They let it go, but we immediately get to the third one. Now they kinda have to shield since they already committed 1 shield, and they will. And at this point, I'm thinking I'm gonna shield because I believe I'm gonna get to another Weather Ball before this Umbreon gets to move, and we do. I'm not sure if they were trying to Aura Farm or not, but I just felt like I can get to move faster than the Umbreon, and hold and behold, it worked. They bring out the Azumarill, and at this point, all I'm thinking is, well, we do have Skarmory in the back. Should I catch a move on Skarmory? I'm not sure because the timer might be up soon, so what I'm thinking is drag out the timer and have 2 Pokemon alive, which would give me the win. So just get to these Weather Balls, spam those Weather Balls. This is like the 4th Weather Ball we're throwing, and I'm just waiting, but I decide to bring in the Skarmory after all because the timer wasn't showing up and they'd have to farm us down, but we managed to get to the Sky Attack, and that's gonna be a really close GG. Amazing game, and it's crazy how fast you can spam those Weather Balls, and most of the time is like just passed by the animation of throwing the Weather Balls, so that's crazy. And that was our 5-0 set. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and if you did, please leave a like and a comment to let me know. Have an awesome day, and I'll see you on the next video.